Hello family, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your baby girl Gloria, and today I've come to tell you that your baby girl has got COVID. I have got COVID. COVID is a respecter of nobody. COVID did not respect your baby girl. COVID had the audacity, the effrontery, to come and try to infect me and to stop my shine. Let me tell you what happened. So, on Sunday, I don't know what day you're going to be seeing this video. The Sunday of that week, I had the COVID. My son started saying he had headache. He wasn't feeling all right. One of his eye was a bit watery. So I just like, all right, go to bed and let's see how it goes. He had paracetamol and slept. The next day, he still woke up and said he was feeling headache. If he looks up or look down, he feels headache. And I'm like, all right, it's okay. I know he loves school, so he wouldn't be making that up. I told him, take another paracetamol. Don't go to school, stay at home. But his brother went to school. And I went to work like normal on Monday. That was on Monday morning. I went to work, had LFT test. I swabbed myself. It was negative. I was fine. I was happy. I'm like, went on with my work. Mind you, before then, I've been on annual leave for 2 weeks. So that was my first day going back to work after 2 weeks. And I've not been out. I've not been doing anything. And you know your baby girl is always very obedient. I do use my face masks. I do all the testing. I do social distancing. In fact, at work, some of my colleagues will be laughing at me because I'm the one that always says, wear your face mask. You're not using a face mask. And I'm always at people's neck like, wear your face mask. We've been wearing face masks now going to almost 2 years. So it's not like, it's like part of our life now. On Monday, I went to work like normal, nothing happened, did my LFT like I said, and it was negative, cracked on with my work, came back home. And when I was at work, although I told my husband, I'm like, please, it just occurred to me, like, test this boy for COVID in case. I text him, but got home and I asked, that was the first thing I asked, I'm like, has the test been done? They're like, no. I'm like, okay. So immediately, I tested him, swabbed him, and I'm like, I'll just swab all of them. Because my daughter at that time was just having kind of runny nose, just like you think it's normal cold. You know, of course, we're in the UK, so it's always cold here and we always have flu, and this is the season because it's winter. So immediately I got home, I swabbed them with LFT because my office gave us boxes of LFT tests to go home with and just to test ourselves, which I did. And guess what? The line came out, double line, positive. I'm like, what? That was my first time because at work, we do LFT all the time, and then we do PCR, which is the actual one that they do in the lab. LFT I've been doing for 2 years and over. I've never seen a positive LFT. Never. That was my first time. And it was double. I'm like, what? What is this? Hold up. What's going on here? Check my second boy. That one, the second line was very faint. It wasn't coming out well, but I know that even if it is very faint, it is still positive. And then my daughter's line was also double line. I'm like, what is going on here? Tested myself again. It was negative one line. My husband, negative. I'm like, wow, these children may have COVID. Oopsie. So I called my office. I'm like, my son is positive to LFT. So tomorrow I'll try to get us tested before I think of even coming to work or not, because there's so many laws. Some will tell you need to isolate if your family is positive. Some will tell you don't need to isolate if you're double vaccinated. And of course, you guys, I made a video about it. I showed you when I had my booster dose. I've had first, second, third dose of my vaccine. So some will tell you don't need to isolate if you're negative to PCR, you can come back to work. So I wasn't sure what to do that morning. And then usually those who come to test the PCR, they usually go with the buses like around the towns. So that particular day, they were not in my town. So a day before they were supposed to go get our PCR test done. They were not in my town. They were in the next town. So we had to pack ourselves, drove ourselves down, and then got tested. Although in the morning, I already had PCR done. Then we went, got tested, and the result came back positive. So myself, my sons, my 2 sons and my daughter were all positive. My husband's result was not out for some reason, so we had to isolate. We started isolation day 1. Although the children were, Actually my first son was the one that was affected the most. He kept having headache even with the paracetamol, high temperature. My daughter at this point on the day second or the third day already started having high temperature up to 38 degrees. I was checking them, they were taking paracetamol and I was giving them cough syrup. I didn't ask you to take cough syrup because I just like they were already having mild cough, so I'm like, all right, it's cough expellant or whatever it is, just take this and paracetamol. Myself, I was still fine the first day. The second day I was still like cracking on, like nothing they happen, COVID cannot get to me. You know what I mean. I was still working, and about the fourth day, oh my god, you would think a trailer crashed into me. I was so down. I wasn't able to eat. In fact, in the morning, I will not be able to get up from bed for up to 2, 3, 4 days. In the morning, I can't get up. I'm so weak. I'm so down. I have headache, constant headache. And this one of my eye was beginning to water and kind of painful. It's as if, how you feel when you have malaria. If you've ever had malaria, that's how I was feeling, but like the severe form. At this point, your baby girl can no longer eat. And you know that I don't play with food. We don't play with our food. I couldn't eat even my favorite food. I was beginning to have breakfast and lunch in bed. Oh my goodness, I was unwell. It's really annoying because I was told I couldn't come to work until 10 days. So at the time you're watching this video, I'm still in isolation. I can't even step out. I've stepped out of maybe front of my door, but I can't go anywhere. I couldn't. They put on our Christmas light. I wasn't there. I was so ready for that Christmas light to be put on. I've missed on so many things. It's so painful. It's annoying because although you're at home, you're resting, you're in isolation, it's fine. You don't need to go to work. But then you're stuck to your room. Luckily, my husband had to go back again to get another test again. And it was negative. So he's been negative all through, which is kind of shocking. Surprisingly, he's negative. He's avoiding all of us anyway, although he's trying to stay by himself and just for him not to be infected, which has really helped. It has helped because he's able to go out. He's allowed to go out to shop and buy things. Otherwise, I would have been stuck indoor. And luckily enough for me, I've got few of my colleagues that have, thank you so much to those of you that have offered to like go help me get stuff. They've asked if they could help me get things because I was wondering because at that time I was running out of milk, of bread. Well, how am I going to survive? How are we going to survive? What are we supposed to do? You don't know how it really feels until you're actually in that position. So my colleagues were nice enough to say, Gloria, we are just here. It's fine. If you need me, just text me, just message me, and I'll buy those things and drop it at your door. So that would have been the way we would have survived. But luckily, by tomorrow, so by the time you're watching this, I will have been out of isolation anyway. By tomorrow, I'm going back to work. Oh, like, I've never been so glad, like, you can have your freedom. You don't know how blessed you are to be free until you're actually stuck somewhere. So I've been home, but then I've been unwell. So it's not like enjoyment kind of being at home. But anyway, now I'm fine. I'm better. Like today, yesterday, I was up in the morning. In fact, you can see I even have my makeup on. Like I'm back to normal. I'm ready to go back to work. Although at some point my voice was a little bit, I don't know, I was just feeling, I felt like Scottish people say rotten. I felt rotten. Like I couldn't even explain how I was feeling. Down, definitely no food. I couldn't eat much. No appetite, headache, constant headaches. I started taking paracetamol all the time during that period because I wasn't having runny nose as much, but you could feel that my sinuses were all blocked. I was hot to touch, but I was feverish. I had pyrexia. I was all over the place. So what I was doing to help with my sinus clearing up was this. I recommend this. I've had this for a long time now. But what I usually do with this is I use it just to steam your face. Like if you want, when you have spots, it's good to do this just to steam up your face, to help your face, to help all the clogging to open up, then you're going to sweat it out, then you can clean it and do your face routine. So I've had this for a while now. That is what it's for. But I've been using this even when my children have cold, when they have catarrh or anything, I use it for them. So what you do is it has two faces. It has this, and it came with this cup. So I'll just put a little bit of water into this, and I use my rub as well. So if you're going to use it for cold or anything like that, I use this rub into it. So you can detach this. You open this, you put your rub inside and your water although that's not what it's meant for. Normally it's meant for just water, but I usually add a little bit of rub in this. I'll cover it up, you plug it, and I just put it has 0, 1, 2, then put your face in it, cover my head, and it will steam. You see, you're going to be sweating. So that was what I was doing for all of us. Although my little daughter refused because, I don't know, I think it was too much for her, but it really helps. Even if you have cold, this is really helpful. That was what I used during the time when I was very unwell, and it really helped my sinus. I'm fine now, and yes, I'm vaccinated, fully vaccinated, but yet I still had COVID. So I'm going to just say, please try to stay safe. COVID is real. I knew I was going to get infected at some point, but I wasn't expecting to be that bad, even because I was already vaccinated. But I heard if I wasn't vaccinated, it would have been worse. But my case was not good. But of course, I didn't go to the hospital, and I had a lot of support. They were calling, they were phoning, helpline. They were always, they said if I had any serious symptom, or if any of my family have any symptom, we should call emergency, and then we'll have to go to the hospital. But luckily for us, we are fine now. We've recovered. Just please stay safe, use your face masks, practice social distancing. I'm still going to say, if you want to take the vaccination, if you have access to it, please take it, because I don't know if I would have been worse, if I had not had the vaccine. Yes, so that is an update about the COVID thing. But yes, I'm fine now. Your baby girl is fine, and please just look out for more of my videos. If you just please like this video, share, subscribe, click on the notification bell, so that next time I post video, you're going to be aware. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. If you have any question, please just drop it down below. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye.